Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to take a look at the Super Saiyan God Goku Int, not the LR this time, and we're going to be taking a look at just how good he is after his recent Extreme Z Awakening. So this is Accelerated Battle Super Saiyan God Goku, and we're going to see just how good he is at 55%. Now he's an int and strength type lead of Ki +3, attack and defense of 90%. He greatly raises defense for one turn on his super, causes supreme damage to the enemy and lowers their defense with his super. He has attack and defense of 180% with a high chance of launching up to 2 additional attacks if HP is 50% or more. He has an additional attack and defense of 20% with each attack performed, and he has attacks effective against all types at the start of the character's next attacking turn every time the character attacks 3 times in battle. He has Godly Power, Shocking Speed, Super Saiyan, Over in a Flash, Kamehameha, the Saiyan Lineage, and Shattering the Limit as his Link skills. And he's on Realm of the Gods, Pure Saiyans, Movie Heroes, Goku's Family, Kamehameha, Turtle School, Miraculous Awakening, Legendary Existence, Bond of Friendship, Accelerated Battle, Battle of Fate, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Bond of Parent and Child, and Earth-Bred Fighters. So he's on a hell of a lot, in terms of his kind of ability. But yeah, basically one thing that's kind of very important, in terms of his capabilities, is to understand that essentially if he gets the super attack and those 2 additionals, his next turn is super effective. Although this is a good ability to have, I don't think it's as good as maybe people make it out to be. I think it's more important to build him fully crit, and the reason for this is, personally speaking, the chances of him getting an additional super isn't augmented that much by his ability to fire off 2 additional attacks, because neither of those attacks have a chance to become a super attack, so they're just providing additional proc chance for the additional super. So basically you have a chance more than likely of getting turns where you have 1 super attack and 3 normal attacks, which is fine, but those turns I feel are a lot better if they all crit rather than being effective against all types, and that's just how I feel personally about it. Obviously greatly raising defense is really good for him, and I think in general he looks pretty good. In terms of his base linking partners, he doesn't have Prepared for Battle, so he has Over in the Flash, Shattering the Limit, and Shocking Speed, which are 3 slightly stranger key links. Now they do give him good coverage, he has good coverage in most sections. Shocking Speed, Over in a Flash, Shattering the Limit are all very solid in terms of giving him coverage, especially amongst the Realm of the Gods teams. He links up pretty well with Super Saiyan 3 units, so that's okay for Power Beyond Super Saiyan, and just in general he's pretty solid. I would say he's a really good Easy A. I think he's really solid overall, and I think he's probably one of the better looking ones. I think it's his simplicity that makes him really good for me. He can build up to a decently high level of attack and defense, and with the greatly raising defense for one turn, he can have pretty much over 300k defense at 55%, which is pretty good. I would say he's not going to be someone that's going to tank super attacks or anything, but he definitely can tank normals, and his damage is also okay as well. So I think, for the most part, he's looking pretty good. Yeah, you can see he's at 167k already, which is quite solid. He's got 5 links active with this Super Saiyan Goku, which is also not too bad. And yeah, 2.5 million, also pretty decent. We still have quite a ways to build up as well. I think we still have 2 more attacks to build up after this, so he still has that room to grow, which I think is good overall. One thing I will say, obviously his best linking partners are actually, weirdly enough, quite a few Kaioken Gokus. I think AGL Kaioken Goku, the LR Kaioken Goku, Tech Kaioken Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, those are all his best linking partners because of things like Over in a Flash, Saiyan Lineage, Kamehameha. and godly power. Remember, he can't link with other like God Gokus, so really it's only like Kaioken Gokus that link well with him, and he links well with some Super Saiyan Gokus as well. I think he has decent enough coverage with his abilities, but you might run into a key issue, especially if you don't prioritize one of his key links, which you should. I think, yeah, in terms of his overall performance, I think, especially on JP's side, he makes a somewhat nice pairing with the strength Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue Goku, but I think overall, he does lack a little bit to make him a main rotation unit. I think he's solid. I think he can fill in for main rotation if you have him at like 100%. I think you should see a pretty decent performance out of him. But I think if you don't have quite a few dupes in him, then he's better off being a floater. Is he red zone ready? I think with a dupe minimum, probably yes. He can tank normals, he'll do some decent damage, but he's not going to rock your world. But under a 200% lead with the new Super Saiyan God Goku, he could do decent work. He just can't link with Super Saiyan God Goku, obviously, which means that he does, not really have that capability. Could be a decent floater on the team. It will still have sizable defense, and it doesn't take him too long to get up to speed. Most times it will take him about 2 turns to get up to full defense and attack, which I think is pretty decent. It's not like a long period of time. Just the effective against all types I don't think matters too much. So I would still build him into full crit. Personally speaking, I just think that's the best way to go. I know some people won't like that. But yeah, I think that's really probably the best way to go about it. At least, if you're me, I would say that's probably the best way to look about it. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to Goku's performance. But yeah, I think in terms of his links, there's some pretty decent, linking abilities. Link leveling him is not the greatest. He gains like some attack and some defense, but nothing too crazy. Saiyan lineage, 5% attack and defense, sharing the limit, the same. Over in a flash, some attack. Super Saiyan, some attack. Shocking speed, some defense. Crit chance with godly power. It's not like huge amounts, so link leveling him is not going to give you a new unit, but it will augment his offense a little bit, which I think he does need, just a tiny bit. Like, I think that little bit of crit chance, all those attack buffs, I think will really help him out, especially if you got dupes in him. So there's some value to link leveling him, especially if you're going to run him with the strength a la Goku. Could be a pretty nice pairing partner for that Goku. They both fit under a 200% lead, and he, fully built up, is an alright first slot tank for normals, not for supers. But he could be a viable linking option, or even just a floater to help enable that Goku quite a bit, which I think is interesting and is pretty good. Obviously, I think prioritizing shocking speed or over in a flash is really going to get you somewhere. Saiyan lineage as well, since those are like the 3 more common key links. Sharing the limit is a common key link, but it's only really common amongst free-to-play units. So I just don't feel like prioritizing that's so important. Because you don't really want to prioritize having free-to-play units or something on your rotation. So yeah, at least for me, I would say that's probably not where I want to be in terms of like units and that. But I mean, to each their own. It can entirely depend on how you feel or how you want to function, etc. So, but yeah, I think in general, his links are okay. I think he sits in a decent position, and I think he has like a decent level of coverage link-wise. He could be like, decent with link leveling, but again, I just wouldn't prioritize it. Personally speaking, I don't think it's really necessary. With that being said, I think that's it, because I don't think there's anything else that kind of needs to be mentioned. I think Goku's in a good spot. I don't have him rainbowed, so I probably won't do a video until I get that final dupe, just because, it's not nice to always look when he's not rainbow. But his best linking partner, or the one that's going to be most interesting to see him with, is going to be the LR Goku, the LR Kaioken Goku. I think they could be the most interesting pairing partner. But that's going to be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Till then, bye.